Okay, so we've chosen our rods and reels carefully. We've got the rods and reels to tackle the fish. Now we need to choose our terminal tackle. Obviously terminal tackle is very dependent on the type of fishing you're doing. What we're focusing on here is we're focusing on how to organize your tackle effectively. What you'll see in front of you is I generally have a lot of pouches, like these 4 pouches in front of me. Okay, I have a lot of containers like this container. Basically it's a snap lock container, which means it stays fairly waterproof and fairly dry. In the bucket, we have a bucket with us. In the bucket, what I do is I keep things like daisy chains, pliers, scissors, a knife, so things that I need to probably use quite often and that I need to get to quite quickly. So I have a little bucket. The nice thing about the bucket is it's collapsible, which means it's easy to store or easy to put away. And then also I have a slightly bigger box than your snap lock containers. This is a sort of general multi-purpose tackle box, and here I'll keep all sorts of little odds and sods. With all of these tackle pouches and all of these snap lock containers, I will separate the different types of fishing methods to each box. This allows me to find the boxes inside my kayak very easily. I know what's in each box, and I know that stuff that I need to use will be in a specific box. So what we'll do is we'll start off with, I have a small little snap lock container, and in this I'll have different types of throwing spoons. Different size throwing lures you'll see inside the box. Different types for different types of fish that are feeding, but I know that all my throwing lures are in one particular box. So I need to change the lure that I'm going to throw, or I need to change the type of throwing I'm doing. I know that all my throwing or casting lures are in one specific box. Then we have a container like this, another container which I keep my drop shot heads in. Different size drop shots from a 1 ounce to even a 4 ounce drop shot head. So I keep all my drop shot heads in one box, once again allowing me to, if I'm going to be drop shotting, just to look for the drop shot head that I need out of one particular box. A slightly bigger box that allows me to keep things like my squid jigs and other jigs that I throw, so slightly bigger jigs, and they start in a different box. Also, as I keep emphasizing, separating the different type of boxes allows you to have specific jigs. Squid jigs, bucktail jigs, pencil jigs, all in this box. Drop shots in another box. Now it's very easy for me to change tactics fast and efficient. The last little box we have is my sinker box. Store my different sinkers for trawling or down rigging. I put all my sinkers with their elastics into one box, which allows me to get the sinkers when I'm trawling or fishing with dead baits. I know my sinkers all in one box and it's very easy to get to. Then we move on to our tackle pouches. As you can see, I have quite a few tackle pouches, but the reason why I have a few is to separate the lures again. So I'll have one of my tackle pouches will be a small tackle pouch like this, which will keep my live bait traces only. Separating my live bait traces from my dead bait traces, obviously the hook setups, the different types of hooks, different size wire. I know without having to shift through each packet, all my live bait traces are packed away neatly and efficiently in one pouch. My next tackle pouch is a bigger one, obviously carries more. This pouch, as you can see, is rigged up with all my dead bait traces or my cutter traces. What I've done is I've separated the traces by colour, kept traces by colour that I'm going to use in one specific pouch. There's some really good, really effective gladiator lure flashes and dusters, okay? All different colours that I'll use depending on the colour of the water. The dead bait traces neatly sorted out by colours and in a separate pouch. So I now won't confuse my dead bait traces with my live bait traces as they are in a completely separate pouch. Okay, the last 2 pouches, or you may even condense it into one pouch depending on what you want to do. These pouches are my plastic lures with hooks, not to confuse them with the other traces or anything like that. I keep them in their own tackle pouch. One of the tackle pouches, possibly the bigger one, I'll keep a wide variety of colours. In a smaller tackle pouch, I might keep my favourite lures. Maybe I've worked out from fishing in a place like this, water might be a certain colour, and I know that certain colours will work more effectively. I will put into the small pouch my most popular colours that I think are going to work. And then as a backstop, I'll have a bigger pouch with a much wider range of colours, depending on if I can't find the other colours that I might have chosen are not working. So maybe in this pouch we have our most effective lures, best colours, seem to be getting the best results. And in a pouch like this, a wider variety of lures to give us the option to be able to interchange lures if we find the more popular ones aren't working. One of the last items is the polystyrene bait box. This is a nice little insulating bait box where I can put away the bait, and I know that this box will fit underneath the seat of the kayak, so it keeps the bait away nicely. Then we also have another item, which is the gaff. The gaff, obviously used for gaffing the fish and stuff like that, will go into the hatch of the kayak as well. So a little bait box and a gaff, the last few items that we're going to use on